Here we are on a 4.3 liter Volvo Penta engine. Our goal is to get the steering actuator out. So what I've done so far is take the exhaust manifold off so I can get back there a lot easier. So my next step is to get the steering pins off on that corner right there, and I'll explain that in a minute how I'm going to get those off. But pulling this exhaust manifold off right here makes a world of difference because I don't have all that stuff to go over. So I'll be back in a second. All right, so I ended up taking the shroud off where the carburetor is, and I got these two cotter pins out under here. They were really hard to get out. So there's one, and you got this other one way down here. Let me put this one back. There's the other one. So that side's done. There's the other one. You can see how at the bottom there is a cotter pin that goes in there. So my next step is to work on that bolt right there. There's a cotter pin under there. All right, I've had a change. It's hard to get to that bolt without taking these hoses off. So for this left hose, we're gonna use 7/16 and 9/16. So I'll unscrew this hose off, and this is a different wrench for this one. So I'll come back and let you know the wrench for that one. That way we can have these hoses out of the way to access the cotter pin right there. There's one on top and one down there on the bottom. So it'll make it a lot easier. All right, we got the one off. Now we're gonna go for the other one. We have 3/4 back here. And then you're gonna hold that while you use the 5/8 to unscrew it. And then what I do is when I take these off is just put them up there so they're out of the way. So when we get these off, we'll come back. All right, we got the one off. Now we're gonna go for the other one. We have 3/4 back here. And then you're gonna hold that while you use the 5/8 to unscrew it. And then what I do is when I take these off is just put them up there so they're out of the way. So when we get these off, we'll come back. All right, what I'm gonna do next is take off the linkage right there, because if I take those two bolts out, it's gonna be all wobbly. So I've had to use a adjustable wrench over here because I don't have the right wrench for it. And over here, I'm using a 7/8 inch. So what I do is hold the 7/8 and then unscrew the other one, and this will come right out. All right, got those out. So now my goal is to take those two cotter pins out, and then we'll take that bolt out. There's one on the top and the bottom. All right, now we're gonna use a 15/16, and what I use is a long breaker bar. The bolt is under, there's one on the bottom and this one on the top. The bottom one is extremely hard to get to. So you just gotta work with it and it'll finally come loose. I'll come back when this is off. I got it out. The next step is either take it apart and redo the seals or just get a new one. Hope you enjoyed watching quick cliff notes on how to remove the power steering actuator.